Hey, I'm Myers, and just got back from the post office, and somebody sent me a record. I didn't order this. Somebody just sent this to me to, I guess, to be reviewed, and the band is called Teeth of England. Serrated Cuts is the name of the record. Still having the cello, so if you got a little bit of glitter, I apologize. Here's the back cover. It got sent to me by Black Wyatt Records, and this is, I guess, split production between Black Wyatt Records and Ghost Highway Records over in Spain. I'm a big fan of Ghost Highway Records. I've done a few reviews of bands out on Ghost Highway. Marco over there is doing a killer job, and so just don't know anything about these guys, but just reading the credits, it says Jack Oblivion plays drums, and been a fan of Jack Oblivion for 25 years, 30 years. There was a Jack Oblivion, I can't remember. It's got a jack-o'-lantern cover to it, like a cutout cover, 45. This like hand silkscreen on, I want to say Estrus Records. Came out way back in the day. I picked it up in when I was going freshman at University of Nebraska in Lincoln. At Zero Street Records in '94. So I've got that here someplace. I'll have to dig it out. So right away, before ever putting it on the turntable or whatever, what it's going to like Jack Oblivion. It's going to have that whole lo-fi sort of garage sort of thing to it, and myself, I've always liked Flat Duo Jets and the Oblivions and John Spencer Blues Explosion and all those sort of lo-fi garagey sort of bands or whatever, and so pulled this out, no inserts, paper sleeve, and this is warped like a motherfucker from the mail, or I don't know if it got hot at the post office or what, but I'm not going to bitch about it. I think a little bit of a warp on a record like this, a lo-fi fucking fuzz garage record, a little bit of warp might even add to. So on the A side, you got the Ghost Highway logo, and on the B side, you got a Black and White logo. And so I've listened to it through, and and they didn't cheap out. I mean, it is a paper sleeve, but it's got the anti-static lining to it. You hear that? That's that anti-static lining to keep the record clean. As far as cleaning records, man, I don't. I mean, if I got microfiber anti-static rag that I'll run over to collect dust, and I've got one of those anti-static brushes, my really fine brush or whatever. That if I got something on a record that I want to wipe off or whatever, I use that. But the thing is, record washes and all that, if you put something on a record, like some sort of chemical or whatever, that shit settles down into your grooves and dries. So maybe the solution you use, is we got some dust or whatever gunk inside. Well, that is going to settle down and dry into the grooves. You're going to dry gunk into your grooves. And so the one thing that gets into your grooves is your needle. And so like I got a little anti-static brush or whatever that I clean my needle with quite often. But I figure I don't need to clean my records due to the fact that my record is my needle is going through the groove and cleaning that shit out of there. Like the stylus is shoving all that dust and debris or lint or whatever it might be out of the groove, and and then I clean the needle. I clean the stylus, and so. But I would never ever put some sort of chemical solution on my records, and I don't know. I've seen these videos of guys putting fucking wood glue on their records. No way would I ever do anything like that. But that's just me. You do what you want with your records. I mean, I change needles often. The most needle manufacturers recommend 500 to 1,000 hours of use. You change your stylus. So I mean, I do put fresh styluses on cartridges. But I also have a lot of different cartridges and experiment with different cartridges because the makeup of your cartridge. It's like changing pickups in a guitar. That like maybe you have a different, you get a different sound with a different guitar pickup. You can also get a different sound out of your turntable by using a different cartridge. Because this one might use more winds of a thinner wire, or less winds of a thicker wire, or whatever makeup will make a Smuco Pearl sound different than Genko Shure copy, or some Audio Technica. I mean, and I've changed style. Like I've got a AT3600, which is like the cheapest cartridge out there. You used to be able to get those for like $11, but now inflation or whatever, they're $26, but that's still a hell of a bargain for a turntable cartridge. But so I've got $150 stylus on a $26 cartridge, because it's not the better stylus, the better cut you get on a stylus. That's where your sound is coming from. The better cartridge and the better stylus you can get, the better sound you get. Like if you're new to the vinyl world, let's say you got $1,000 to spend. You're going to do a lot better with a $200 turntable and an $800 stylus than you are with $1,000 turntable that out of the factory it comes with a $100 stylus on it. Like I see a lot of these companies put an Orifon Red out of the factory on stuff. Well, that's $100, and if they're buying them in volume, they're getting them for a better deal than $100. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with an Orifon Red. I'm just saying, for my money, I would, I'm not going to put everything into, really, I mean, any turntable that keeps accurate speed, as long as you got an accurate speed of like either 33 1/3 or 45 RPM, if you got accurate speed, really what you need is a good cartridge, to improve your sound. And so, I mean, the function of a turntable is just simply to keep time, and then the cartridges where I mean, they used to call back in the day, they used to call cartridges pickups, and Orifon had the SBU specialty pickup 1, SBU 1, and great sounding great sounding pickup or great sounding cartridge, but that is a moving coil or versus being a moving magnet. So you need a specialty preamp, and they're really goddamn heavy, and most you can't get enough counterweight on the tone arm to, like I said, it's a really heavy cartridge, and too heavy for what I would want to use. Sound great, but I won't want to use them on my records. But that's just me. You do what you want. But anyways, I digressed. Let's get back to Teeth of England. I dig this. Thad Sand, you would dig this. I mean, it sounds like fucking Oblivion. Sounds like Flat Duo Jets. It's got that lo-fi garage sort of sound that a lot of us fucking dig. And song I'm going to play you is called Cheesecake. Great saxophone on it. So anyways, I dig it. Want to thank the guys at Black and Wyatt Records for sending me this. I appreciate the support. So anyways, dig the band. I'll put a link in the description on where you can order one for yourself. And if you like these videos, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks.